the repetition of the mantra brings God's grace. Durita Kshaya, repetition of mantra by itself cannot change the destiny, but when you repeat the mantra with devotion, faith, it has the power to open the doors of divine grace, remove the obstacles. There is a wonderful story about this. I would like to mention. It is a very touching, it is not a story, it is supposed to have actually happened. It is connected with Bodhendra Saraswati. Bodhendra Saraswati was the 59th head pontiff, Mathaadhipati of there is in South India, there is a Shankara Math known as Kanchi, Kamakoti Peeth. Shankara supposed to establish 4 maths in 4 parts of India, as most of you know. Sringeri, in then Gujarat, in Puri, and Joshi Math. But apart from that, there is one more math associated with Shankaras, and that is in Kanchipuram. In Kanchi, there is one math, Shankar Math is there. So there, they claim to be much more ancient. Anyway, the 59th pontiff of that, head of that Kanchi Math, was known by name Bodhendra Saraswati. The whole South India, this Nama Japa was popularized by him. The glorification of the name, even now I was told in Tanjore district, every time before a bhajan is conducted, they repeat a sloka saluting 2 people. One is this Bodhendra Saraswati, and the other one is one Sridhara Arya. Sridhara Arya came to be popularly known as Ayyaval. So these 2 names, people salute them before beginning any bhajan. How this Bodhendra Saraswati, the 59th pontiff, how he got interested in this mantra, the importance of Nama. He has written 8 books on Nama itself. Namamrita Rasa, or Namamrita Surya Udaya. And like that, 8 books he has written only on the glory of the divine name, this Bodhendra Saraswati. He devoted his whole life to spreading the glory of divine name. How he did it, that is the story. His Gurudev, had told him also to spread the divine name. He had gone on a pilgrimage somewhere in the north. While returning, he had heard about a great scholar and saintly scholar by name Lakshmi Dhara. Lakshmi Dhara was in Odisha, in Puri. He lived in Puri by name Lakshmi Dhar. The Lakshmi Dhara had written a book known as Bhagavan Nama Kaumudi. Bhagavan Nama Kaumudi, one book. Lakshmi Dhara had written that book. Very few people know about that book. With great difficulty, I searched so many, after a long time, in Kashi, in some gully, some lane, somewhere in a bookstall, I got an old copy of this book, Bhagavan Nama Kaumudi. It is not well known. Anyway, the Bodhendra Saraswati had heard about Lakshmi Dhara, and he had heard this man has written a book on the glory of divine name. So he wanted to meet him. By that time, Lakshmi Dhara had already passed away, died. So anyway, he wanted to go to his room, house he went. By the time he reached, it was midnight. So in his house, they had gone to sleep. So he didn't want to disturb them. So Bodhendra Saraswati, Swamiji, he spread his chadar there outside in the veranda, and he lay down. He could not sleep because his mind was thinking about that. I could not meet him and all that. Just at that midnight, he saw one man had come in a great hurry, and in the moonlight he could see his face was very much agitated. he came and knocked at the door, went on knocking at the door. So this Bhadendra Saraswati, Swamiji was in the shade, he was lying there. This man, nobody could notice that Swamiji was lying there. So this man went and knocked the door. After some knocking, the door opened, and Lakshmi Dhara's son was there. His name was Lakshmi Kant. So Lakshmi Kant opened the door, and the stranger, the new person who came and knocked, he said, "You see, I am come with a great problem. I am in great difficulty. I want your help. Can you spare some time for me?" He said, "Yes." Then he asked him to come in. They sat. And this man, this stranger who knocked, he told this story. Some 2 years ago, or 1 year ago, he and his wife, they belonged to some place in the South India. They had gone on a pilgrimage. On the way, they came to Kashi. In a Kashi, they were staying in a dharmashala, what they call chatra or something like that. They were staying at night. Early morning, this man, he got up and saw his wife was not there. Wife was missing. So he came out and searched everywhere. Some 2-3 days he searched all the places, asked people. Nobody could say about his wife. How suddenly she disappeared, he could not understand. After searching here and there for 1 week or so, then finding no information, he continued his pilgrimage. After he went to north, in those days pilgrimage means walking only. After a year, he returned by the same route. He came to Kashi. And then at early morning, when it was still dark, he went to a place to wash his hands and feet as a well. When he was taking the water and washing, in the shadows, one woman came and asked him, "Do you remember me?" He looked at her, he could not remember her. She had completely changed. Her whole complexion had changed. She had become dark and disfigured and ugly, and he could not remember, and wearing dirty clothes. So then she told, "See, I was your wife. Remember, we came on a pilgrimage at night, early morning. I got up to went outside, and as soon as I came out, some robbers, some mischievous miscreants, they caught hold of me and dragged me away. They kidnapped me, and I was staying. Now also I am staying with them. They are imprisoned me there. So I just came out, and seeing you, I immediately had the courage to come." And then she told, "You see, now I am a fallen woman. I cannot regard myself as your wife. Only you allow me to serve you as your maid servant. That only if you allow me, I want to devote the rest of my life serving you as your servant maid." So this man, you can imagine the deep sorrow he felt. So he said, "No, he will take you." So he took her. And then now how to redeem her, how to overcome her the suffering and also her moral degradation, how to redeem her from this moral slur and the cloud that upon her life. Then he went to Puri. Tirtha continued. There he heard about this Lakshmi Dhara, has written a book, and is a great saintly person. If you go to him, somebody told him, he will tell you what prayaschitta can be done, penance can be done to redeem her. That's why I have come here. But I hear your father has passed away, you are here. And then he asked him. Then his Lakshmi Kanta said, "My father told us that if you repeat the Rama's Ram Nam name 3 times, then she will be completely be freed from all the sin. Everything shall be completely purified. Then behind him, his mother was listening. Lakshmi Kanta's mother, that is Lakshmi Dhara's wife, she was listening. She said, see, why I had heard your father saying only once. Once if you repeat, that is enough. Why you are saying 3 times? The mother told her son. Then this man asked him, see, you are telling this, is there any pramana for this, that you are saying the power of the mantra? Then he said, yes, my father has written a book on this subject. So he brought the book. And Bodhendra Saraswati was listening to all this talk going on. He had come only for that book. So he was very happy to hear this. Anyway, then Bodhendra Saraswati came forward. And he told, seeing the sannyasin, they all made pranams to him. Then the Bodhendra Saraswati told the Lakshmi Kanta, I have been listening to your talk. So I want to read that book. And then he said, what you are saying, if it is true, then let us keep a test, like a pariksha. Let us conduct a test. That is, let this woman go to that is on Sarovar there, I forget the Sarovar, in Puri. Let her go, and in front of the people, let her utter the divine name and have a dip in the Sarovar. When she comes out, let us see whether she has been completely changed, transformed, and that sindoor is there on her head, if it is there or not. If it is really, if she is redeemed of this sin by repetition of the mantra, then it should happen. Then only I will believe. Our Bodhendra Saraswati told Lakshmi Kanta. Lakshmi Kanta accepted challenge. He said, yes, I accept this challenge. So the next day, by the time the news spread, a big crowd had come, gathered there on the bank of the Sarovar. And then in front of all the people, Bodhendra Saraswati Swamiji himself was there. This woman repeated Rama's name and dipped in the Sarovar. When she came out, people were wonderstruck. Her whole face became radiant. Even her clothes, everything changed. And there was the sindoor mark on her head. That is what they say. Anyway, this was maybe a miracle. So from then Bodhendra Saraswati went to the south and devoted his whole life to the spreading of the glory of the divine name. They won't do these things unless they get some proof. Swamiji, everything that Swamiji has written or said is based on truth, fact. What they gain from their life only they express. They are not ordinary people. People talk one thing and do another. But these people cannot talk. Great men, whatever Thakur has spoken in the Kathamrita, what Swamiji has said, it is from their life alone they talk. So Bodhendra Saraswati, once he was convinced of the power of the divine name, he devoted his whole life to that. I told you 8 books he wrote. So Durita Kshaya. So mantra can destroy the prarabdha also. This is what is known as Durita Kshaya. There